Today's video is wild, to say the least. In today's video, I take you through how I went about decluttering my sewing room slash home office slash beauty space, just my other room in my house, and it was wild to say the least. So stick around and let's declutter the space, man. Hello my honey, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for showing up today. If you are new here, hi, how are you honey? My name is Nompi, and this is the Show Up with Nompi, where we are learning how to practice self-love by showing up for ourselves. If you are like me and you're tired of all the self-doubt, fear and procrastination, then honey, you have found your tribe. Okay, we are going to dream, plan and do to a better life together, honey. So what are we showing up for today? Today we are showing up for our well-being, our spaces. This is part 3 of my decluttering. In today's video, I declutter my workspace, where I shoot my videos, where I do my sewing. It's like a home office, sewing room, shooting room, all of that in between, and it was wild. Okay, it was wild. So many things happened in between. It was a whole roller coaster. Okay, I was like ready to give up so many times, but I powered on. So let us get into the craziness of this video. Okay, let's just start. I don't know how to introduce this, but let's just go into it. Okay, you will see for yourself. Girl, you don't know. All right, let's get right into it. So the first thing I did was take out absolutely everything from the closet. And it was a lot of stuff, man. It was a hot mess. Like, I think halfway through taking out stuff, I was like, I instantly regret this. I instantly, absolutely regret doing this. The only thing I kept was the shibelani at the top, but instant regret. I want to die. I really want to die. Not really. Oh. Whew, back to the mess. So I immediately started to do some sort of sorting here. Okay, I sorted the piles into different sections. One section was my fabric right at the back of me, and then there was a section with the clothing that I used to sell for my boutique. And I had a lot of my husband's sports training clothes in there as well, which I put in one pile as well. And as I was doing this sorting, I also just threw away some stuff that I immediately knew I am not going to use this, and it was absolutely useless to keep this. So yeah, I just found fabric that I haven't seen in years there. So that is it so far. Okay, after that, I got rid of my husband's clothing because they do not belong there, and he has to find a new home for those clothes. So after doing so, I then went into tackling the fabric, okay, because I think that was the biggest mess. So at first, I started by tackling the fabric through just sorting out what is fabric and what is not. I had 1 or 2 pieces of items that I had to give away because I never gave to the clients, because I was afraid that they wouldn't like what I made. Imagine that self-worth, guys. So anyway, back to the fabric. So what I did with the fabric, at first I tried to see what I'm getting rid of and what I'm not getting rid of. But then halfway through this, I kind of re-strategized and said, you know what, actually there's a lot of good fabric here, and I'm just gonna cut the offcuts or the weird pieces and keep the rest of the fabric. So you'll see there, I take out everything from that bag and I go about just cutting the offcuts basically, so that I have nice pieces of fabric that I can actually give to someone versus weird cluttered stuff. So I went to cutting and throwing all the offcuts in that yellow bag, and that's pretty much where we are right now. So I had a lot of cutting to do. After this cutting, I just went into folding all the material once I sorted it out piece by piece. I dreaded this whole exercise, but anyway, let's just watch me lose my mind. For a moment, I actually thought I was done, but then, guys, shoot me now, please. I just opened this drawer and I found more fabric. Oh, I feel like I'm haunted by fabric. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. So, what was meant to be a break turned into me saying, you know what, I am done for the day. I was at my wit's end and I needed a break and I needed some time out to just think and wrap my head around it. So I just said, I will see this tomorrow, because at this point I was like, yo, what did I do? What hast thou done? Like, I was just going through a lot. So I was like, let me just take some time out and just go into it, and I will see this the next day. So I went right into day 2, and my strategy going into day 2 was to kind of basically finish off, do as much as I can, and try not to like do everything all at once, because I soon realized that the space is going to take a few declutterings for it to actually look the way I want. I would love to say I woke up energized, but I was not. I was dreading even starting. But anyway, let's get into day 2. So by this time I had all my fabric folded and I had realized what I'm keeping. So here I'm just sorting out what I'm keeping for myself and what I'm giving away. And once I did that, I started putting everything into the piles. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just realizing, what am I keeping, what am I not keeping, and then I'm also starting to pack that. So see, with the clothing as well for my boutique, I just packed that in there. And in all honesty, I was like, I'll deal with that another day. I'm just gonna chuck it in that drawer where it stays. And then I found this box of my old t-shirts, and all of those old t-shirts I'm giving away. This is t-shirts from my old brand. So I put them in a bag that I want to use for them to be given away. And I also put some other clothing that I didn't need anymore just to be given away. So there I just started kind of making my space cleaner, and by sorting, and putting stuff in its rightful place and folding and all of that good stuff. But then I got into also then sorting out my little threads and all of that stuff. Guys, I have a lot of thread, okay? At first I wanted to put it in that black box, but it looked big, it was going to take up space, and I moved it into my other orange box. So here I'm just sorting out my thread and my other little knickknacks that I use for sewing. And the whole point is trying to reduce the amount of stuff that I use, like boxes, to store everything. So I wanted to move from like many boxes to just 2 or 3 boxes. Then I got tired and I moved to my desk because I was like, I need a break from that. So I started sorting my desk. It had a lot of weird stuff, some camera equipment, some sewing stuff. So I was trying to do that, and then guys, did I not say this video was wild? Okay, this whole experience was wild. But basically I lost a bunch of content. So yeah, I don't know, I think I ran out of space. So I just had no space. So I thought I was shooting, but nothing was happening. So I lost about 2 hours of content, but I'm just going to give you a summary of what happened. So I ended up finishing off sorting my desk so that I can make space, getting rid of everything so I can make space for the stuff that matters. I had a bunch of books. The books, I have a different storage area for it in my living room, and I think a declutter is coming from my living room as well, because there's just too many books and papers. So I sorted that out, and I took all the storage boxes that I had for my sewing stuff, and I put it at the end of my my desk, right? So you're gonna see that coming in my final look. And I just swept the area because a lot of the stuff was basically done. I took the fabric and I put it in the wardrobe itself, and I just swept my room after that. So yeah, and I think we have a final look, so let's get into how the space looks now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are kind of sort of done for now. So this is my space, and I will just take you through the room. Yes, we came a long way. We have come a long way. So in this side right here, I've got some of my display items, which used to be for my boutique, with the cute little hats. And then this storage box, I used to store all my stock for my boutique. But my next video is actually going to be around my boutique and it's shutting down, so hope you get ready for that. In my storage areas, right at the top is some blankets I'm taking home, and then it's where I put my makeup and my wig. And then this material is all the material I'm keeping, and this one is this order. I have to decide whether I'm giving it to the person or not. It's been like a year of it just sitting there, and all that material at the bottom I'm giving away, so that will not be there. And then in here, let me try and make that a bit lighter. In here I have got the red bad boy over there, has my gym equipment, my gym bag, and a box where I store all my traditional clothing accessories. And that bad girl is a bad girl because I'm not sure where to put it, but that's where all my nail stuff are stored. So I do my own nails, so my nail lamp and everything is in there. And then that's my shibelani. And then I have my husband's caps that need to go. He needs to figure out which ones he wants because he does not use all of them. And then I have my trusted sewing friend. I'm just gonna find a place to put her in the room, and my tripod. And then in this corner here, or in this area here, this is everything I'm giving away. Some storage boxes, and then this plastic bag has a lot of my old stock of printed t-shirts that I used to make, and some stuff that I never delivered to anyone. And then I have a bag, some hairpiece, and a chair and a table that I'm giving away. All of these is going to be gone. Yes, before I forget to show you my table looks so much better. And right at the top there, I've got all my storage boxes that I use for my storage equipment. So one for my pins, one for ribbons, zippers, and all the other stuff, and one for glues. And then the orange one has got all my threads, and the one at the top has got all the knickknacks. I don't know what to call them, but people who sew will understand what I mean by knickknacks. And then in here, I have not done such a good job, but we are gonna get better, okay? It is dark again. Let me just get some light in there. I've got my recording equipment, my tripod, my camera and stuff, and I've got my steamer and my iron and my two-pin plug. And right at the bottom, I've got my sewing machine and my serger and a thread rack that I don't know why I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't. So yeah. And this corner over here has everything I am throwing away. This is junk, and I don't think anyone deserves junk in their home. So I'm not giving this away because it's just wasted space and it's junk, and I don't think it's right to give some people things that are junk because you don't want them. You need to give people useful stuff. So that was a lot. That was a long ride, but this is not the first. This is not the last one. So yeah, that is the room. Thank you for decluttering with me. It has been an emotional roller coaster. Whoo! That was a lot. That was a lot. That is it, guys. But I think what I really learned about this decluttering is that be kind to yourself and don't try to do everything all at once. I came into this like a G, like a boss, thinking it's going to be as easy as my wardrobe declutter, and it was not. Okay, it was not. It was way more complicated, and there was just too much stuff. And I think some of the stuff I was even embarrassed of. I had fabric sitting from years ago. I had my old stock from my boutique, which is not doing well, so I was facing a lot of harsh truths, to say the least, in this one. So it was way harder than my wardrobe, but I think it was just a matter of powering on and re-strategizing when I realized that this strategy was not working. Let me try something else. And the second thing is that I realized Rome is not built in a day. Okay, a beautiful, healthy home and space is not built in a day. So be kind to yourself as you're doing your own declutter. I hope this has inspired you to get into your own decluttering as well, honeys. Send me before and after pictures if you do. But it has been fun, it has been wild, it has been crazy. Thank you guys for showing up today, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, but most importantly, share with your honeys. Okay, do not be stingy. Share with your honeys and let us dream, plan, and do to a better life together. I will see you next week. Okay, bye.